People are addicted and they act out of emotion and not logic. So surely it makes a bunch of sense for us in business to apply that to the way that we sell things to our customers. Why would we want to sell something to somebody who doesn't need it? Why would you want to sell a t-shirt to people that don't need a t-shirt? The reality is people are, for the most part, broke. And even in the environment that they're not broke, they still think they're broke because they buy loads of dumb shit. So why would we try and convince them that they should buy something from us that they actually don't need? It doesn't make any sense. And then we have to go over and above to make sure that we've convinced them to buy it. And in the event that we do manage to do that, why would they buy again? We're back to square one. We have to start again. If you sell things that people need or things that people are addicted to, they have an obligation to buy it from you because they are desperate for that product. The best example of this is that if you were to sell toilet roll in lockdown, you would literally have the easiest time selling it because everybody needs it and there's none anywhere else. Meaning that whether you've got good toilet roll or bad toilet roll, expensive toilet roll or cheap toilet roll, high quality, low quality, well marketed, poorly marketed, well branded, poorly branded, it doesn't make a difference, people will buy it. And that's because they need it. The same way that if people are addicted to cigarettes and they're at the top of Scotland and the only option is this packet of cigarettes from a company and brand that they've never used and don't particularly know that they like, they'll still buy the darn it cigarettes. So what we can take from that is that if somebody needs something or somebody's addicted to something, they're gonna buy it anyway. This is why OnlyFans is such an amazing industry, because people are desperate for the product. They want it, but they also need it, and they then get addicted to it. So on multiple accounts, they're gonna come back, give you repeat business without even trying too hard. Industries like this will always perform. They're unaffected by anything that goes on around you. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It doesn't matter what's happening between countries. It doesn't matter the trade policy agreements. It doesn't matter about wars. It doesn't matter about social issues on platforms. None of this really makes a difference. People are still addicted to that product and they'll buy it and they'll be a part of that industry because they need it. The same applies for drugs. The same applies for cigarettes. The same applies for alcohol. The same applies for gambling. The same applies for just basic porn. All of these industries have such an addictive frame of mind within the customers that the LTV for the business is also way higher. You know, the amount that somebody's going to spend that has a gambling addiction is way more than they're going to spend who's interested in a certain t-shirt at a certain company. They might buy the t-shirt if they can afford it, if they've finally saved up, or they felt like they had this opportunity to buy it today because the company had such a good offer. Then you might get one sale, but the chance of getting lots of repeat business from one particular customer as a retail store, for example, is really tough. Whereas the chance of getting lots of repeat business from an addict at the casino. So it's much easier to actually acquire the customer in the beginning. The LTV of the customer is way more, so we pay less to get a customer that spends more, and all while being unaffected by what's going on around us in the world. Amazing business model.